Good morning, students. So the next topic of this session, that is class aves. So two more classes we have to learn. One is aves. Aves means birds, and the last one it is mammalia group. So what are the characteristics of the animals comes under this aves or birds? It includes flightless birds and flying birds. Okay, so there are two types of birds. Flying birds, they can fly. Flightless birds like kiwi, emu, ostrich, because of the heavy body weight, they cannot fly. Okay, they are flightless birds. Forelimbs are modified into wings for flying. So even they have forelimbs and hind limbs. Forelimbs modified into wings for flying. Hind limbs are used for walking or running. Then aquatic birds have webs between toes. So before I showed for the frog, same like aquatic means water birds. They have web for a duck and all, you would have seen that. So and duck, they have webs between toes. Body differentiated into head, neck, trunk and tail. Four parts. First head, then neck, then trunk and tail. They are homeotherms or warm-blooded animals. And that is body temperature means constant. Same like us. Okay. Body temperature, we have constant body temperature. Same like these are homeothermal. Homeotherms means warm-blooded animal. Body temperature is constant. It remains constant. Exoskeleton is made up of feathers. Their outer skeleton means nothing but the feathers. Here you can see the bird, you can see the web, this is the skin, this is called web, webbed feet. This we can see mainly for this. What is the use of this webbed feet? Is used for swimming. So we can see these are aquatic birds. Aquatic means water birds, they can swim in water. So this is the bird, you can see here head, then neck, then trunk and tail. Clear? Here you can see the beak and the exoskeleton body is covered with feathers. Scales are present on hind limbs. Okay, if you are taking here, this the forelimb is modified into wing and hind limb, this is a hind limb. You can see here scales, small scales. Scales are present on hind limbs. Skin is thin, dry and non-glandular. Thin skin and also dry and non-glandular without glands. Bones are hollow bones. Okay, in our case, bones filled with bone marrow, but here the bone, it is like a pipe, like it's hollow and it's filled with air. Clear. So that is the reason the birds can fly in air. They are very lightweight. Jaws from the beak, teeth are absent. Okay, jaws, they form beak you have seen for the birds, and the teeth are absent. Special organs such as crop, gizzard are present. So they have actually three parts. One is crop. I'll show you here. Yeah, look at here. You can see here food can store crop. Then this is a stomach. Then there is a gizzard. Stomach, here digestion will take place, and also here the food is getting grinded, or grains and all, it's getting grinded in the gizzard. Okay, so these are the three parts of the stomach. We have a single stomach, but they have crop, stomach and gizzard, three parts. Crop and gizzard are present. Blood is red due to RBC. Why it is red in color? Because of the presence due to RBC, red blood cells, which contain hemoglobin, biconvex and nucleated cell. It is a nucleated cell and also biconvex cell. Heart is ventral in position and four-chambered, showing double circulation. Same like us, it's a four-chambered heart and showing double circulation, and it is in the ventral side. Respiration is by lungs. Same like a mammalia group, respiration by lungs, having air sacs for buoyancy or floating. Okay, so respiration is by lungs, they having air sacs. We have alveoli, same like they have air sacs for buoyancy or floating. Now look at here the bone. This is a human bone. You can see that bone, it is filled with bone marrow. Bone and bone marrow. See, it is filled with bone marrow. Here, this is a large air pockets. That is called, it's a hollow bone. It's a hollow type bone. It's filled with what? It's filled with air. You can see here large air pockets filled with air. So it's like a balloon, like you think it's a balloon you filled with air, it will become very light, it will go up. Same like the bones are very hollow type, it's filled with air, so it can fly in the air. So it is very lightweight also. Which are the different parts of the bird? You can see here mouth, the beak, this is a esophagus or food pipe, I told the stomach, there are three parts: crop, stomach, and gizzard. Here it will store food. Here digestion will take place. Here again the food is getting grinded in this organ. That is a gizzard. Then intestine. This is intestine and anus. Okay, so these are the different parts of alimentary canal, we can tell, or different parts of digestive system. Then respiration, you can see here same like us. There is we have windpipe and bronchus, and divided into two bronchioles. Same, they have two bronchus here. The yellow color portion, these are the lungs, one pair lungs, and here you see this is anterior air sacs. These are posterior air sacs. Clear? So they have air sacs. This is anterior side, so they are called anterior air sacs. These are in the posterior side, so they are known as posterior air sacs. Brain is enlarged with well-developed cerebellum. Enlarged brain with well-developed cerebellum. Optic lobes are well-developed. Olfactory lobes are poorly developed. So the brain, there is optic lobes and olfactory lobes. Optic lobes well developed, but olfactory lobes are poorly developed. They are unisexual and also showing sexual dimorphism. They oviparous, laying eggs. Internal fertilization take place. Fusion of the male and female takes place inside. That is called internal fertilization. Birds lay shelled eggs with yolk and albumin. So usually inside the egg, there is a white portion that is called, if you take a hen egg or any egg, you can white color thing that is called albumin, and yellow color portion is called yolk. So usually the birds lay shelled eggs with yolk and albumin. Birds build nests on trees. Most are herbivores and some are carnivores. So most of the birds, they are herbivores. They are eating the green and greeneries, green vegetables, or mainly the plant parts. They are called herbivores. But very few are, some are carnivores. They will catch small insects, or they will eat the flesh of other animals. They are called carnivores. Parental care is well seen along with the seasonal migration. So in this group, you can see that parental care. It's mainly, you can see why they are migrating from one place to another. The birds, they are flying, you can see they are moving from one place to another in groups. So that is called migration. Sometime for breeding season, they will be moving. Sometime in search of food, they will be going. Sometime because of the weather changes or climatic conditions, they will be moving from one place to another. Then urinary bladder is absent, and females show only the presence of left ovary and oviduct to reduce body weight during flying. See, urinary bladder absent, and females show only the presence of left ovary and oviduct. Right is not there, left ovary and oviduct to reduce body weight during flying. Then the last group, that is mammalia group. So all the monkeys, humans, all coming under this group, mammals or mammalia group. Mammalia group means, what is the specialty of this group? They give birth to young ones and feed them with the milk. Such animals coming under this group, mammalia group. Mammary glands are present for nourishment of young ones. I told just now, mammalian group, they feed them, they give birth to young ones and feed them with milk. That is, mammary glands are present for nourishment of young ones. Mammals are terrestrial, aquatic, aerial, and arboreal. Some are terrestrial, living on land. Some are aquatic, in water. Some aerial, means in air, and arboreal. Okay. Then, most are herbivores, few are carnivores, and some are omnivores. Herbivores, it will eat only plant parts. Carnivores, they will eat the flesh of other animals. Omnivores, they will eat both. That is called omnivores. Locomotion is by limbs. They have limbs for locomotion. Body divided into head, neck, trunk, and tail. Head, neck, trunk, and tail. They are homeotherms or warm-blooded animals. They always maintain constant body temperature. Exoskeleton is in the form of skin. Okay, we have exoskeleton in the form of skin. You can see the hairs. Sometimes the monkeys, other animals, you can see fur, the nails, and hooves. Okay, for goat, sheep, you can see even the hooves. So exoskeleton is in the form of some animal skin, hair, fur, nails, and hooves. Skin is glandular, having sweat glands and sebaceous gland. Yes, we have in the skin, we have two types of glands. It's the glandular type. We have sweat glands which produce sweat, sebaceous glands which produce sebum. Body cavity is divided into two parts, thoracic cavity and abdominal cavity by a diaphragm. So we are taking your chest region, you will tell heart, lungs, what, and all this present in a thoracic cavity. Just below that you can see one partition that is called diaphragm, and below that you can see second chamber, that is abdominal cavity. So stomach, and then kidney, intestines, everything is present in the abdominal cavity. Clear? So body is divided into thoracic cavity and abdominal cavity by a diaphragm. Mammals show the presence of an external ear. They show presence of external ear or pinnae. Teeth are of different types: incisors, canines, molars, premolars. Okay, in our case also you see in the front incisors. Then next to that there is one canine. You can see both the sides. If you just take only upper side, you think the center, you can see there are two incisors, then canine, both the sides, one you can see, then molars and premolars. Heart is completely four-chambered. There are two auricles and two ventricles with double circulation. RBCs are biconcave. Here RBC, red blood corpuscles, red blood cells, they are biconcave and without a nucleus. Before we learned biconvex and nucleated, but here RBC without nucleus and also biconcave, just opposite, biconcave and without nucleus, except camel. In camel, just opposite. Okay. Blood is red in color because of the presence of hemoglobin. RBC contains hemoglobin. Respiration is by lungs. This is a cross section of the skin. You can see here pores. I told you there is in the skin there is a sweat glands and sebaceous glands. Hair, the skin which contains, from the skin you can see there is outer growth, there is hairs. Then outermost layer is epidermis, below that dermis, and below that subcutaneous fatty tissue. 3 layers: epidermis. This is the structure of skin: epidermis, dermis, subcutaneous fatty tissue. Then these are the sweat glands. This is a gland. Through the gland, sweat it comes out. These are the pores, sweat pores. Which what will come out? Sweat will come out. Same like here you can see oil gland. It's called sebaceous gland. See, this is the oil gland or sebaceous gland which produce sebum. Then these are the hair erector muscles. These muscles, hair erector muscle. And these are the blood vessels. This is the structure of skin. Yeah, I told you there are two cavities for us. One is thoracic cavity. This abdominal cavity. Between this partition, that is called diaphragm. Clear? So thoracic cavity, this just portion, heart, lungs, all present in this thoracic cavity. Abdominal cavity, stomach, intestines, all the present in the abdominal cavity. Between these two, there is a partition is called diaphragm. So this is the teeth. I told first we can start with the incisors. Yeah, these are the incisors. See, look at here, incisors. Then second, canines, sharp teeth, canine teeth. Then after canine you can see premolars, and the last you can see molars. 1, 2, 3. 3 here. So 3 plus 3, 6. 6 plus 6, 12 it will come. Okay, so these are the molars. Incisors, canine, premolars, molars. Then if you are taking the heart, you know, there is a right atrium or right auricle, left atrium, left auricle, right ventricle, left ventricle. Atrium, it is also known as auricle. So right auricle, left auricle, right ventricle, left ventricle. And which are the blood vessels coming out from each one? Pulmonary, these are the valves. Pulmonary valve, the valve between these two, it's a pulmonary valve. Tricuspid valve, tri means 3. Tricuspid valve, here you can see bicuspid valve, see, mitral, or these are bicuspid valves, pulmonary vein, pulmonary artery, superior vena cava, aorta, aortic valve, all these are these parts you studied last year. Then brain is highly developed. Cerebrum shows transverse band called as corpus callosum. So brain actually made up of 3 parts: cerebrum, cerebellum, medulla oblongata. Okay, cerebrum, cerebellum and medulla oblongata. Here cerebrum, it shows a transverse band. What it is called as corpus callosum. Optic lobes are better developed than olfactory lobes. Here optic lobes are developed, but olfactory lobes are poorly developed. Few mammals are oviparous. So most of the mammals we told they give birth to young ones and feed them with milk, but here you can see some laying eggs. Very few exceptional cases. One is duck-billed platypus. It is a mammal. Because of all these characteristics, we put this duck-billed platypus under mammalia group, but they are not giving birth to young one. They are laying eggs. Some mammals have pouches for development of young ones. These mammals are called as marsupials. Kangaroo example. Some mammals have pouch because the baby is not getting completely matured before that it coming out, not fully matured. So it is the baby will be protecting inside a pouch. So they have pouches for development of young ones. These mammals are called as, what is the name? They are known as marsupials. Example, kangaroo. Most mammals are placental and viviparous. Most of the mammals, they're giving birth. Viviparous means they give birth to young ones, and also placental. Placenta is present in mother's womb. Are placental and viviparous. Corpus callosum. So you can see here cerebrum, cerebellum, and brainstem or medulla oblongata. So this is cerebrum. This is cerebellum. This is medulla oblongata or brainstem also we will call. So this contains some folding. The folding, what it is called corpus callosum. See, look at here. This is corpus callosum. Some marsupials. This mammalia group, we told some the babies before fully matured, they coming out and it is they are protecting inside till get full development. It is protecting in a pouch. That group is known as marsupials. Okay, kangaroo is one example. Thank you, students.